up against his nemesis, Benny Spindler. These guys might as well just get a room. Play heads up because most of the bots are just running through these two. And it's the battle of the big stacks. They're really going against what you would think is conventional tournament wisdom. Generally, when you're a big stack, you kind of like stay away from the other big stack. These two, they look forward to locking horns with each other. Is any of this fueled by ego? Who knows if it's personal or not? I have no idea, but you'd think, Kevin Saul wants to get his chips back for Benny Spindler here, and Benny Spindler's got, a hand he can definitely make a call with, but it looks like he might be wanting to get a little frisky here.
Benny's going to re-raise from small boy.
Oh, wow. So a raise from Kevin Saul, and a re-raise again from Benny Spindler, and eventually Kevin Saul is just going to say, I can't take it!
Well, we saw what he did to Anthony Gregg on the flop, drawing a line in the sand and coming back over the top with the ace-deuce. Will he do more of the same here with pocket sevens?
Well, he is on the button here, so I would assume he's at least going to call. He's not going to fold against Benny Spindler. Maybe against one of the more conservative players, you may consider that, but Spindler showed a lot of aggression so far, so he's got to play 2 sevens here.
And at our outer table, Adam Geyer, who dusted off a big portion of his stack to Alexander Gomez, has now been eliminated in 15th place. Good for $85,000 as our field continues to narrow. Kevin's going to make the call.
Looks like Kevin Saul is going to make the call, so these two players once again will tangle.
Two suited overcards against the pocket pair, and the board is paired. 2 tens and a deuce.
Well, that's a good flop for Kevin Saul. As you can see, Benny Spindler has absolutely no piece of it. Now Saul has to think to himself, well, I can beat ace-king here.
Kevin's going to check. Benny's slowing down. He checks on the
Well,
flop.
interestingly, Kevin Saul also checks. He doesn't want to protect his 7.
King 10, 10, deuce, spades on the
Return. That's a card that either player could represent. Benny Spindler might now pretend like, hey, I've got ace-king. I've hit my king. I'm going to go ahead and bet. We know he's certainly capable of a big bluff. Almost 700,000 in this pot already.
Saul looks like he's going to be faced with a fairly big bet on the turn here. And of course, this would be the argument against checking the position, right, Daniel?
Well, it's just going to make it a little difficult for Kevin Saul, but I'm sure he feels like he's playing his best game right now. He can figure things out. Desperately wants to beat his nemesis at least one time. Now, of course, Benny Spindler with absolutely nothing here. Stone cold bluff. Really just hoping to pick it up right now. Kevin Saul being stubborn here says, I want to see the river card. I don't believe it. I don't buy that you have a king.
Spindler's going to need a queen or an 8 on the end to make the best hand.
Funds are ballooning now up to almost 1.5 million.
Ace of hearts.
An ace on the river. Kevin Saul has to hate that card. Now, he can't beat an ace. He can't beat a king. Of course, he can't beat a 10. There's not many hands he can't beat. He can beat, however, what Ben Spindler does have, which is the old queen high.
Now, Spindler's got to wonder whether or not Kevin's got the ace too here, right?
Well, if I were Benny Spindler right now, I think he called me on the turn when that king hit. He might have the ace too. I'd probably give up. But I don't think Benny Spindler has much quit in him. No, he wants this pot.
He is reaching for chips, Daniel.
You see there Kevin Saul looking on intently, trying to pick up a read maybe.
There's already 1.4 million plus out there. How big's this bet got to be?
There's going to be a lot more in here all of a sudden.
650,000.
Okay, a huge bet here, 650,000. Trying to represent the ace now. Kevin Saul taking a look over at Benny Spindler, trying to figure out if there's any sort of twitch that he can see that maybe lead him to believe he's bluffing. With just 2 sevens here, this would be a hero call. It would be a very difficult call. Most players by now would have had their 7s in the muck already. You bet on the king, you bet on the ace, you re-raised me before the flop. I mean, what in the world can he have that I can beat?
Well, he knows that Benny Spindler did it to him with 3-5 offsuit earlier.
It's true. It's always difficult to play against an aggressive guy like Spindler who makes you guess a lot and does a lot of crazy, funky things. And so his instincts are definitely telling him, I just feel like these 7s might be good.
Kevin calls.
He's pushing it forward, he's calling! Wow, incredible call.
Cool.
Oh,
Benny
Spindler says, good call. What? Wow. This is really bad. I'm surprised to see Kevin Saul do this. This is considered very bad etiquette.
For Kevin.
I'm sorry, I have no reason to my
Well, you know what? If he was at a table with some old school players, they would have told Kevin Saul, Kevin, just don't do that sort of thing. We're not playing online poker here.